You want to know why you suck at Battlefield 6? Because you're trash, kid. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you might suck at Battlefield 6 for a lot of reasons that are in your control, and there's some that are out of your control. But let's talk about stuff that are in your control today to help you guys get better. And one of the main reasons might be because you're a new player coming from a different game, maybe Call of Duty, maybe not even an FPS, but it's your first time playing Battlefield or one of your first times, and you're playing it like it's something completely else, especially if you're coming from COD, for example. So what you might do instead is you might sprint around corners alone, expecting to be in a 1v1 gunfight. That's not the case. There's probably a guy perched up ready to drop you, maybe 2 or 3 guys perched up ready to drop you. Battlefield is all about team play, it's all about positioning, and it's all about vehicles. And if you don't want to believe that, well, then you're gonna keep sucking, and I'm sorry to tell you that, but it is true. That's the one reason why a lot of people suck at this, is because they take it as a solo game. It is not the case, all right? Even if you're playing alone, even if you're not playing in a party, you want to be around those teammates. You want to be in vehicles. You want to have the best position, and you gotta go ahead and get those. Let's go on to another one here, guys. Another one is bad map awareness. Now, this one's not fair. The game just came out. You might have bad map awareness. You don't check your minimap often. You ignore it pings. You ignore enemy pings. You ignore everything. You don't care. You don't really do anything. You die from the same rooftop 5 times in a row. All that kind of stuff. You're just not aware of your surroundings. You got to work on that, all right? That's one thing you definitely got to work at. You want to be looking at that minimap as if it was a rear view mirror in a car. You want to look at it every 10 seconds, all right? Make sure there's nothing near you. Make sure there's no one coming around near you. You want to look for pings. If your teammates are pinging stuff, you want to keep an eye out for that. If you die to the same guy in the same spot, don't keep going there. Don't go in his line of sight, especially if he's perched up with the sniper. He's probably going to keep dropping you, so make sure you are not doing that as well. Map awareness is very important, and the more you play, the more naturally it's going to come, so don't feel too bad if you can't get that down right, but it's something that you could definitely work on and force it to come a little bit quicker, all right? So yeah, brand new maps, brand new everything, but you could work on it. Another one, number 3 on this list, is terrible crosshair placement, terrible crosshair discipline in general. You don't care about your crosshairs. Your crosshair, by the way, is those little 4 lines in the center of your screen, or that little dot when you're sprinting around. That is something that's very important. You might have it aiming at the ground. You might have it aiming at the sky. You have it aiming somewhere where it's not supposed to be aiming. What you want to do with this crosshair instead is, because it's always going to help you win gunfights at all times. If you have that crosshair placed properly, you will win 9 out of 10 gunfights. What you want to do is you want to always have it pointed where you think an enemy might be. If there's a building that's very popular, or a rooftop that you know there's a lot of people on, as you're running down there, as you're making your way to that area of the map, make sure that your crosshair, that center dot, is pointed right where you think someone's going to come out of, because this is actually good. If somebody does pop out there, all you got to do is ADS and start shooting. You don't have to worry about readjusting your aim. You don't have to worry about shooting the ground or the sky by mistake. You just aim down sights and start shooting. Now, if they're really far, make sure you tap fire. I say this all the time. Don't hold down the fire button, but yeah, just make sure you guys are doing that properly, all right? Another one at number 4 here, you do not play the objective. And this is something that I see a lot of new players struggle with. Battlefield is all about objective, okay? Let's say you're supposed to be capturing a point. You're supposed to be capturing A or something. You're not near A for some reason. You're nowhere to be found. And then you're wondering why you can't find any enemies, because, well, duh, they're all around the objective, bro. You got to get to the objective. Get to that area. Start forcing yourself into those areas. The enemies are going to come to you easily. They're going to start pushing towards you when you're around the objective. Now, you don't have to automatically hop on the objective. If you have teammates on it, just defend it. Just make sure your teammates stay on it. Help them out that way. You don't have to play the actual objective when playing the objective. Like, that doesn't make sense. Let me clear this up. You are playing the objective, even if you're not on the objective. You're helping your teammates out, you're helping everybody out around the objective, and you're keeping it clear of enemies. So that is still the objective. Hopefully that makes sense. So make sure you guys are doing that as well. Going down to number 5, you use the wrong weapon on the wrong map, on the wrong distances for absolutely everything. And this is okay. This is fine. This is, again, something that you just got to work on. Maybe you're just testing out different weapons. You're trying to find out what is best for you, what works best for you. Don't do that, all right? If you're playing on a big map, use an LMG, use a sniper, use an AR. You're playing on a smaller map, and you love rushing, and you love being in close quarters, use an SMG, use a shotgun, use a pistol, do whatever you got to do in that case. But you're not going to be running around with an LMG or a sniper in a building. It's just not going to work, especially if you're coming from COD or something, where you could get away with it. In this game, it's just different, all right? It's going to scream inexperience. It's going to show that you don't really know what you're doing, and it's okay. It's fine. People might make fun of you on the mic, but just know that here, you're still not in the safe place. You're trash, kid. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yo, trust me, man. Just make sure you're using SMGs up close, ARs, at mid to long range. That's basically it. You could even use ARs up close if you really wanted to. I'm not here to judge. Going down to number 6. You ignore vehicles. You pretend vehicles don't exist. You're straight up from a different FPS game that doesn't have vehicles, or you've never played an FPS game before. Guys, vehicles are very important. You either never go in them, which is wrong, or you crash a jet every 2 seconds. You try to fly it or something, which again is pretty wrong. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're utilizing vehicles to their full advantage, because if you're not, the enemies will. If there's a tank, you want to be in that tank. If there's a tank on the enemy team, you want to be as far away from that tank as possible. You see what I'm saying here, guys? Make sure that you're using vehicles. If your whole entire team is inexperienced and not using vehicles, at least be that one dude that goes in it and then just have fun with it, all right, man? Another thing, going down to number 7 on this list, you play alone in a squad game. We kind of went over this before, all right, but I kind of want to talk about it again. You spawn solo instead of spawning near your squad. That isn't good. Unless you're playing the close quarter maps, which doesn't really matter where you spawn. If you're playing the larger maps, you want to be with your squad. You don't revive people that are down. Don't be that guy. Don't be that selfish dude who just cares about kills and stuff. Revive your teammates. That's going to help you guys win games. You don't drop ammo when you have the chance. You don't communicate. You don't do any of that. You don't have any of that squad energy around you. Nothing like that. You just scream solo. You're a solo player and that's all you care about. Guys, Battlefield is not solo play, all right? You got to think of it like it's an FPS. It's a fun game, but think of it like real life. If you have a teammate down, are you going to just walk over his body and laugh at him, or are you going to go help him? If you laugh at him, you might need to see a doctor or something, but trust me, you guys want to help, man. You guys want to be helpful. You want to be there for your team. Play like a squad, all right? Play as if you were part of a squad. Even if you're a COD crackhead and you play solo on COD, let's say, play with a squad, all right, guys? Next off, going down to number 8, you don't take cover and you run around like a headless chicken. You are the headless chicken of the lobby, and that's fine. I am sometimes that guy. I am sometimes the guy who doesn't utilize coverage. I am sometimes the guy who just runs around sprinting constantly. It's fine. It's fun sometimes, but it's not going to work all the time, all right? So if you're running around the map everywhere and you're never going behind cover, you're never holding an advantage point or anything, you're going to die a lot to people holding those set advantage points. You're going to die a lot to people who are just standing behind a head glitch and stuff, which, by the way, if you don't know what a head glitch is, I understand some people might not. It's when you stand behind an object and only your head appears to the enemy. The enemy could barely see your body because you're hidden so well, and you could see their entire body. You are in a head glitch now. The enemy now has to only shoot one little tiny part of your body in order for it to count, and it's your little head. So yeah, that's a head glitch. Utilize those, all right? Make sure you're in those at all times. They're fun, they're good, and it makes the enemies rage a little bit. So do that. Use those cover positions. Use them all the time. Don't just sprint everywhere. Yeah, okay, you might finish the game with 20 kills, let's say, but you're gonna finish with 30 deaths. Is that worth it? Wouldn't you rather finish with 20 kills and 10 deaths? Isn't that better at the end of the day? At least for me, that makes more sense. Going down to number 9. You are not customizing your class setup, your gear, nothing. You're not upgrading anything. You're not doing any of that. You want to do that, all right? Don't ignore attachments. Don't ignore vehicle upgrades. Don't ignore anything, okay? Progress everything that you possibly can in this game. The better your weapons, the better your attachments, the better you are. The better everything else around you, the better you are. So you want to go ahead and do that as well. I get it, though. There's a lot in this game. This game is very confusing if you're coming from different games and stuff, or if you've never played a Battlefield before. There's a lot. The settings have like 50,000 pages that are confusing. The class setups look confusing. There's a lot of stuff that's just, it's all brand new, right? I understand that, but you got to learn it. You got to kind of figure it out, kind of just go through with it, and then you might do things that are wrong at the beginning, but you're going to get better towards the end. You're going to get better classes. The more you play, the more you practice, the more you test things, everything's just going to be a lot better in your favor. So make sure you guys just start customizing things, all right? If you want weapons for close range, work on hipfire or ADS and all that kind of stuff. If you want weapons for long range, make sure that you got that recoil under control. Just work on that over and over and over again. And one of the last things that a lot of people do at the number 10 spot is you panic in gunfights. Don't do this. Don't stand still. Don't spray your gun like crazy. Don't just shoot and just hope to hit enemies and stuff like that. Literally focus up. Make sure, like I said, you're behind cover, you have more time to think. This way you could just pop behind cover, heal a little bit, pop back out, and like if the enemy's really far, just tap fire. Shoot, let go, shoot, let go, shoot, let go. This is going to reset your recoil every single shot, which is good. You'll hit more of those shots. Don't just spray and pray. Don't do that. Don't, just be calm, be fine, reposition, get away from that gunfight if you really need to, and you guys will be fine. Just don't be that guy who panics and panics and panics every time he gets into a gunfight, because you're not going to win in those situations. Now guys, just in case you made it this far but you are a pro already, I just want to say these tips are mostly for people who are new to the game, new to the franchise, or just need help in general because they only play like 1 hour a week or something, even if they've been playing for years. These tips are mostly for them. If you're really good at the game, you're probably better than me already, so I don't know why you're still watching, but I appreciate it anyways. So you might as well drop a like on this one, subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.